Hello students, welcome in History Civics class, and in this video we will continue the same chapter, the Mamluk dynasty. In previous chapter we studied about the Qutbuddin Aibak and Iltutmish, but in this video we have to study about the Razia Sultan and Ghiyasuddin Balban. And today's topic are the main rulers of Mamluk dynasty, Razia Sultan, Nasiruddin Mahmud and Ghiyasuddin Balban. And let's start the Razia Sultan. Razia Sultan. She was the daughter of Sultan Iltutmish and she was the first and last woman among the Muslims as well as the Hindus to occupy the throne of Delhi. And Sultan Iltutmish had known during his reign that his daughter Razia is more capable than his son. Therefore, he nominated Razia as the next Sultan of Delhi Sultanate. But she was woman. Only due to this, the nobles did not accept her as their sultan because it was against the tradition of Islam. So the Turkish nobles supported to Iltutmish's worthless and pleasure-seeking son Ruknuddin Firoz Shah as a sultan. But he was not capable as a ruler, and he proved very soon his competence, therefore was deposed by the nobility, and his sister Razia was chosen to be the ruler. After becoming the Sultan, Razia handled her subjects very well. Razia was very brave and intelligent, and she gave up parda and started to wear a men's attire, such as man's coat, tunic, and headdress. She started horse riding, hunting, and commanding the army. She took interest in all administrative activities of the state herself, and many iqtidars, commanders, and other officers were appointed by her. She carried out many welfare work for the poor and public. She succeeded many times to suppress the revolts of nobles, but the most serious was that of Altunia. Altunia was the governor of Bhatinda, and Razia marched personally against Altunia. But she was arrested and imprisoned, and she, finding no way of her rescue, married Altunia. Razia and Altunia marched towards Delhi, but Bahram had been raised to the throne. Bahram was the younger brother of Razia, and Razia and her husband Altunia were defeated and killed. And in this way, the Razia ruled in Delhi Sultanate in only 4 years. And next Sultan is Nasiruddin Mahmud. After the death of Razia, there was political uncertainty in Delhi Sultanate, and nobles of Delhi elected the youngest son of Iltutmish, Nasiruddin Mahmud, as the Sultan of Delhi. Mahmud was not capable, such as his father and sister, and as the result, the many nobles dominated over Delhi Sultanate, and one of them, powerful noble Ghiyasuddin Balban, gained considerable power. And after the death of Nasiruddin Mahmud in 1266, Balban ascended the throne. Okay, let's know about the Ghiyasuddin Balban. Ghiyasuddin Balban, who ruled in India as the Sultan of Delhi from 1266 to 1287, and he was one of the greatest and most capable sultans of Delhi Sultanate. Balban belonged from the Turkish noble family of Elbari tribe. Students, firstly we know about the history of Ghiyasuddin Balban. He started his career as a slave, and Iltutmish also purchased him, and Iltutmish was very impressed by his intelligence and ability, and he promoted him. And during the Razia Sultan's reign, he was promoted to the post of Amir-e-Shikar, and in this way he promoted continuously on the basis of his capabilities and qualities, and he played an important role of a kingmaker. Sultan Nasiruddin rewarded him by the post of principal advisor to the Sultan, and after the death of Nasiruddin he ascended the throne, and he had to face a number of problems and revolts. But he solved all the problems and suppressed all revolts of the nobles successfully, and he proved himself a capable ruler, sultan, and administrator. Now we discuss about the reforms and works of Ghiyasuddin Balban. When Balban became the sultan, the all Turkish nobles were jealous to him, and they were revolting against the sultan. But he crushed all revolts successfully, and he transferred them far away from Delhi, and thus he removed the threats over the throne. And during his reign, Mewati Rajput revolted against him, so he sent his army against Mewatis and massacred them. And another rebellion was Tughril Khan, who was the governor of Bengal, and at that time Bengal was the part of Delhi Sultanate. And Tughril Khan was also the slave of Balban, and was very courageous and ambitious and loyal to the Sultan in the beginning. But later he revolted against the Sultan and wanted make Bengal as an independent state. And Balban marched personally against Tughril Khan, and Tughril Khan was captured and put to death, and his entire family supporters were also killed, and in this way Balban discouraged the others' rebellion against Sultan. Balban reorganized his army and made it strong and efficient, and several military reforms were carried out by him in both sector infantry and cavalry. He organized an efficient system of espionage or spies to keep tabs over the powerful faction of nobility. And he also appointed reporters, news writer in every department and provinces and district to collect the informations of various happening in the state. And next, in northwest, the Mongol invasion was frequent on the border, and it was a constant headache to the Sultan, and therefore he adopted a number of measures for the safeguard of the western borders. He built a line of forts along the frontier, such as Sumana, Bhatinda, and Saman, and appointed their capable Afghan soldiers. In this way, he protected territories from Mongols. And despite having a huge army, Balban never left from Delhi, and due to fear of Mongol invasion. Balban concentrated heavily on monopolizing monarchy, and he took several measures to enhance the position and prestige of the Sultan, such as he maintained a great distance from the people, denied to meet the common people. He organized his court on the Iranian model and followed the etiquette and ceremonials of the Persian very strictly. He maintained his dignity by grim and serious look. He started a new practice for sijda and pebos. Sijda means prostration and pebos means feet kissing, means to kissing the sultan's feet as the normal form of salute for the king. And he prohibited drinking wine, jokes, laughs, even smile also among the courtiers, and he also gave up uh, the wine and merry making. He declared that the Sultan must be regarded as the representative of God on the earth, and thus Balban, by showing his power, authority, and dignity, struck terror in the heart of people and made them submissive. Now, next ruler is Kakabad. After the death of Balban, the nobles again controlled the Delhi Sultanate. However, Balban's eldest son Kai Khusro was nominated as the next ruler, but nobles supported Kakabad, who was the son of Bughra Khan, and at that time Bughra Khan was the independent ruler of Bengal. He ascended the throne with the help of nobles, but after 2 years, another prominent noble, Jalaluddin Khilji, ascended the throne. And in this way, Jalaluddin Khilji led the foundation of Khilji. So let's end this video here. Hope you have understood. And students, in this way, our first 2 4 chapters are over. And next video will be doubt clarification. And so please be ready for this, and let's meet in another video. Take care. Bye.